In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your fuel pump on your Mazda 3 2.3 liter. It's located on top of the tank. You're going to take your gas cap off, go under the hood, and take the fuse out for the fuel pump. We're going to take our fuse box cover off, and you're going to look for the fuel pump fuse or a fuel pump relay. In our case, it's going to be a fuel pump fuse, which is right here. And it's a 15 amp. So any blue fuse, it is, you usually have to do this and then count how many back. 1, 2, 3. So it's this one right here. I'll pull that. They usually give you a fuse puller. Slide it on top and pull it out. Now we're going to get in the vehicle and crank the car over until there's no more fuel in the system to depressurize the system. It may start, it may not, depending on the vehicle. That should be good. This seat has 2 latches. You're going to pull up really hard. You might need a pry bar to get underneath, and you're going to pull it up on both sides. Once you do that, undo your seat belts, and you can pull the seat out. Just set your bench seat off to the side. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, we're going to take out these 4 bolts. This is just the cover to access where the fuel pump is. Now we're going to remove this. You're going to push in on this tab that's underneath the foam and pull out. Now we're going to go underneath and start to take the tank down. Make sure you're lining up your jack or whatever you're using underneath. If you're on the ground, make sure you put your jack stands with wooden blocks or something in places where the straps aren't, obviously. That way you can take the straps off. So just line up your 4 points or 2 points like that. And then once you get the straps out and lower it down enough, you want to put a ratchet strap and attach it to whatever you're using to jack it up with. Make sure you have a drip pan below. We're going to use a tool like this to disconnect our fuel line. I'm going to slide it on like that. Push it in and disconnect. Make sure you have a drip pan below. And now we're going to move to our other line. Again, slide it on, push it in. And disconnect. Using a 13mm socket, we're going to remove our straps. Make sure that you have a jack holding your gas tank up. Take out this bolt. Using the same size socket, 13mm. Using a 13mm, we're going to take out this last bolt. sure you have a hand on the strap. All right, now you can separate your straps and pull them out. If you can't, you can leave them there, but they may cause some interference. Our tank has a little bit of fuel in it, so I put a strap on it to hold it to the jack as I lower it down. You should too if you have fuel in your tank. All right, I'm using a 9mm wrench to take off this hose clamp. Our hose clamp is broken, so I'm just going to take it out as much as I can and then remove the clamp and replace it. When you get your hose clamp loose, you're going to slide it down so you can get to the hose clamp behind it and disconnect that one as well. All right, now that you have the hose clamps off, we are going to take our rubber hoses off. One, using a pry bar. Just be careful your gas tank is on your jack, because this is the only thing really holding it from coming down. Take your line out of this, and also this one right here. You can just let that hang or secure it somewhere else. I'm going to lower the tank down. Make sure there's nothing else connected and the tank is stable. Keep two hands on it and lower it down. We're going to disconnect our connector. You can use a flathead screwdriver if you need to. Push it in and pull. Take that out of the box, little foam box there. And we're going to disconnect our fuel line. I'm going to use some needle nose to take this line off, pressing in on that white connection there. Take that off. Soak up the gas with a rag. Then I'm going to take it out of this foam and just put it over there. All right, so I put some rust penetrant in there because ours is super rusty. And I'm just going to work my way back and forth to get this ring going. It goes counterclockwise using a brass punch. Once you undo the ring, you gotta clean up the rust a little bit if you have rust. Make sure it doesn't go in the tank. You want to get rid of the dirt too. Just don't use a vacuum. Use a rag and a brush or something. Take the ring off, set it aside, clean it up again. Now you're going to turn your fuel pump till the notches are where the tabs are, and you're going to lift it up. Alright, so get this hose out from there, right here, pull that out, and give it a good wiggle, and it should come out. It's best to do this job when you've got an empty tank, but if you can't, you can siphon it out before you pull the fuel pump out. And then just drain it, whatever's left in the fuel pump, into the tank. You want to put your float in first. Situate your pump in there. Make sure that the top is facing the right way, the same way you took it out. And then it should fit in down there. If you look on the bottom, there'll be a little notch where it fits. Push your line down in there with it. You're going to know when it sits in there the right way. It'll just feel secure. You won't be able to turn it either which way. Alright, once you get that situated, you're going to make sure your tabs line up. Spin it in place. Next, you're going to install your ring. So place it on top. Make sure your wire is free and you can get it started. Using your punch, you're going to hammer it in. Make sure it's in place. That looks good. Locked in. We're going to reconnect our connector. Make sure you hear that click. And feed our line into there. Snap it in. And now we can reinstall. So you're going to jack your tank up. Make sure your filler hose is towards the back of the car. And your connector lines up with the hole. Alright, so now we're going to feed our hoses onto the tank. Make sure the tank is up high enough. Alright, once you get your hoses on, you're going to tighten your clamps. Make sure they're tight. Alright, so now we're going to release our ratchet strap. put your line inside this rubber foam here and also on the other side. That'll just hold it in place. You're going to connect your lines. Make sure you hear the click. For your straps, you're going to interlock them like this, and then we're going to install our straps. I'm using an extension and a socket. After you get it started, you can go to the other side and get your other two bolts started. All right, so you're going to push your bolt through and push it up with a socket and get this bolt started as well. And now we're going to go to the other side. Push the bolt through and get this one started. Once you get all three bolts started, you're going to want to snug them up. And your center bolt here for the two straps, you can snug up as well. We can remove our jack. You're going to connect your connector. Make sure you line it up and hear that click sound. And now we can put our cover back on. The arrow goes towards the front. Put your 4 screws in. And tighten them down. Now we're ready to put our back seat back in. And rest it down. There's little slots in the seat that you want to place your seat belts in. It's much easier to have the seats pulled all the way forward in the front and the backs up against the dash so that you can fit when putting pressure down on the seat to lock it in. Underneath there's a latch that you're going to line up and push in. You can use your hands to feel for it. Just check your work, make sure it stays. Feels good, all set. Now we're going to put our fuse in for the fuel pump. Just make sure it's in all the way, and you can put your lid back on. Line it up with the tabs and just click it in. If you remove the fuel from your tank, you're going to want to put it back before you try to start your vehicle. Once you're in the vehicle, to start the vehicle, you're going to want to prime the pump first. To do that, you're going to turn the ignition on, just a key on, not starting it. And you're going to cycle it through a few times. So turn the key on. Listen for that pump to turn on. It'll sound like a little hum. Turn the key off. On. Do that several times. I'm going to try to start my vehicle. All right, if you know your vehicle starts, you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.